Alright, this week I'm going to challenge Jim because I have the quest to give us both 80 gold. So, here we go. I also have a quest to win games as druid, so I'm going to go ahead and use my druid deck. I was going between this druid deck and my hand buff that only has one legendary. And that's a stipulation this week. Decks can only have one legendary, which I guess is fair, because last week I played like 3 or 4 legendaries in a row in one game. So he's also druid. I don't know if he's the same druid as me.
Nature must be preserved.
My deck and druid in general just don't have good removal for big targets. What I'm going to try to do is ramp some stuff out. So I got both of my wild growths. So if I get a pretty big card at the beginning, I wonder if I should coin out a wild growth. Yeah, let's do it. So we're basically going to have 3 mana on turn 2, and then 5 mana on turn 3. And then we have Innervate to play a 7-drop on turn 4, possibly. Doubt that'll happen. We float a mana here, but we're ramping so that we make up for it. Next turn we might just play our Druid of the Claw as a 4/6. It's funny, I just drew that card myself. I don't know if this is good. Another thing is, I basically copied the in-game recipe for Druid, and it's not that great, I would say.
Where shall I strike?
But this druid deck is all about getting a lot of taunts, and you have a couple minions that'll buff the taunts. I hope I sometime draw my druid DK.
The circle of life is over.
Is innovating out something for... Oh, it's hero power. So I mean, I guess that lets him get rid of it, but we'll see if that was a good idea or not. I think I'm going to draw one first. And yeah, just hero power that down. And I guess I can play this as a 1/5. It's going to have 5 mana. To play a Druid of the Claw. That's tough to say. So a 1/5 taunt's not great. For 2 mana, 1/5 taunt's not bad. Only having 1 attack is really bad though. But if you ever get a buff out for your taunts, it's pretty good. So I don't think this is in the deck recipe, but it's a good taunt. This is bad unless your opponent has a lot of minions and you don't. So if I cast this right now, I get nothing, or I get 1 minion, I think.
Out of my jungle.
So this will be 4/6 for 4. I think that's the best. I can play it right now. I don't think I'm going to attack because I didn't want to take 3 damage to one of my minions. I guess only this minion. He was the only one that could attack. So this wouldn't be very good for me. next turn. This would be pretty good for him right now. Yep. If I can get a buff for all these dudes, it would be really nice. I might just draw. I might go into fatigue really fast if I draw, though. Whatever. Okay, so I've got him. I don't know what to do. I mean, whoever gets the first buff to their taunts will probably win.
Time waits for no one. Free me! Free me! Go away!
Figured I would just get rid of one of his minions at least. Yeah, if he has his buff, having one more minion would be a pretty big deal. Yep, there it is. So we're glad we took out one of his taunts. We don't have good board clears. So actually, yeah, druid doesn't have good board clears or single target removal unless you use naturalize, which I don't think I have in this deck. So you basically just have to beat them up with your minions. So that's one of our only AoEs. So we can play Malfurion. Does this help? Not really. Well, this plus swipe, does that help? We can get rid of most of his stuff. He'll be left with a 3/2 taunt. We might do that. Or we can trade away our stuff and play Spreading Plague. 11, 12. This is rough. So I think that might have been better than trying to play Malfurion. Just clear that stuff off the board. So if he refills the board, we can play our Spreading Plague.
What to do?
Yeah, I think these are not that good. That might be something I'll look at removing. I mean, they're pretty good once you buff them. Because they'll be a 3/9. Or no, 3/8 with taunt. Plus any health you've given them.
Time waits for no one.
So we're about the same amount through our decks. I guess we both have only played Nourish, and I played one Wrath. There's our other Nourish. Should we just draw? Maybe we'll get Innervate and be able to play Malfurion. Other plays. I just want to get more cards to get this going. did not get it.
The scourge will devour all. For the wild.
So I'll probably just kill my 4/1. He might have a swipe by now. Yeah, this... I have Ultimate Infestation. I only have one copy, but it draws 5 cards, so I'm going to be getting into Fatigue really fast once I draw that, if I play it. Play as Malfurion.
This isn't Moonblade.
Oh,
The scourge will devour all.
that's not a normal inclusion in the deck, but it does buff your taunts. And it automatically gets to hide behind a taunt, so it's not bad. And we get our taunt buff. So we only have one taunt. We can play 2/2/3s and buff them. We'll play... No, it's only 1/1/5, I believe. Might want to play this just to get rid of that little guy. Yeah, let's do that. Well, we could just kill it with this. Yeah, that might be better.
I'm waiting for no one.
Oh, maybe I should have attacked because it gets health every time he plays a minion. Yeah, I think I've only played this deck one time before today, so I'm not gonna be the best at it. That's why I'm roping every turn. Oh, I have to also remember... Oh, wow. I don't even think I have any of those. That's a good taunt, though. Really susceptible to silences, I think. I'm not sure why he put the Spellbreaker in this deck. It probably works. So, play Malfurion. Maybe not get the taunts, maybe get the spiders, so I can take out his big stuff next turn. He can just take out one of these pretty easily. So if I swipe this... I have no idea what I want to do. Take 3 damage. Or get 3 damage. Let's just play him, whatever.
The circle of life is over.
Oh, I can't use my hero power. I'm an idiot. That was a terrible turn. I guess Mindbreaker's not bad if you don't pay attention to it.
Well played.
I wonder what he's got now. Oh, again. Just realizing I have way too many minions. So that's what we've been waiting for. We never got it. So now he's ahead of us in card draw.
Time waits for no one.
What if we swipe? Hit that with our face. So we can...
Find a room.
How do we want to play this? I don't really want to do that. But we can't use our hero power until we kill that. It'll be a 2/4.
Death is eternal. My turn is not. Find a room. Light and rot.
Oof. Too many different things. I haven't been able to use Spreading Plague. I'm giving him pretty good value with it though.
You shall not pass.
That's an interesting inclusion. Might help against aggro at the beginning. It's pretty decent buffed.
What to do?
4 stats for 1 mana is a pretty good deal, but when it's 0 attack and 4 health, it's a little worse unless you can give it attack. See, like that's 1 mana for 4 stats and it's pretty good. Okay. This is rough. So I mean, now I can get some Spreading Plague value. So I mean, we're pretty much... I would have played this, but now it doesn't do a whole lot.
Well,
I should have traded off my 1/2 first. I would have gotten an extra minion. Or no, actually it would have been the same, so it didn't matter. I can't even... So I've got 7 damage.
death is eternal. My turn is not.
So I haven't gotten a single one of my taunt buffs. So there's 2 in my bottom 7. Which is good, I have a lot of taunts up, but...
Over my undead body.
Yeah, I've heard that's a pretty good card. It helps against AoEs, because you don't want to AoE it. That's a weird inclusion. Maybe he's just trying to get it on turn 1. Wow. I've looked at that and thought about including it. Yeah, that's a lot of health. Still no buff. Come on. I only have 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Well, I have extra with this. Well, he did buff his Skelemancer.
A tangled web.
I don't know what to do.
Death is eternal. My turn is not. Blight and rot.
See, his minions are a bit stronger than mine. If we can just get that taunt guy. I mean, Ultimate Infestation draws the rest of our cards if we draw it right now. That might be the right thing to do. Now he gave that taunt, so I basically have to kill it. If he plays one more minion, though, he wouldn't get the 8/8, I don't think. He might. I don't know how the death rattles work. Yeah, I think I'm just done on this game. Even if I get the buff now. Still no buff. This is ridiculous. I don't even know what. I might just queue up my other deck next game.
Well played. What to do?
I mean, even if we get our buff now, it's still not that great. At least he has a lot fewer minions now. So weird. Weird one to include. Can't believe we haven't drawn the infestation yet. Can't play that this turn, but it'll be good next turn.
We will devour this world.
But now we'll draw our taunt buff, but it's 4 mana, so we can't play an 8/8 plus that. to...
You shall not pass.
So, I mean, we're both running low on cards. Do I want to play the big taunt? Yeah, probably. I don't think giving myself attack to hit the 1/5 would be worth it. Maybe it would have been if he trades the other two. It's funny that I haven't had to kill the Skelemancer yet.
I wonder.
I mean, he's closer to fatigue than me, but that's only because he played Ultimate Infestation. As soon as I play it, I'm 2 cards ahead.
I wonder.
This is a pretty long game.
Time waits for no one. A natural mistake.
How long can this go on? How long can this go on?
I'm almost out of cards.
We just played everything we had, might as well. Also, again, didn't attack his Skelemancer because I don't want him to have an 8/8. I don't have a good way to deal with it. So our last 2 cards, so wait a minute. Did I not even put the buff guys in my deck? The taunt buffers? Because I only have 2 cards left. One is Ultimate Infestation.
I'm almost out of cards.
Yeah, so see, I don't really want to play it because I'll take 1, 2, 3, 10 damage, and then I'll take 5 damage next turn. But will I kill him?
A tangled
5,
web.
6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we might do it.
Out of cards.
Free me! Free me! Job done.
I'm out of cards.
So did we only put one of those guys, or did we play one earlier and not remember?
Well played.
I don't know what his 2 cards left are.
The frozen wind
Buff.
guide me.
Did he have 2 Ultimate Infestations? No. Jade Idol. Should have teched in my skulking.
The frozen wind.
That took forever.